Hey, good morning, everybody. Billy and Jeff here with Crossroads Consulting. Today, one of the services we're going to talk about that we offer is human resources. Human resources is such a big part of a business, whether you're small or large. Um, it focuses on culture, laws, compliance. It can make a company successful. It could break a company if you have, the wrong policies in place. So one of the things that we have done is partnered with different companies with human resource packages, but also individuals that have decided to go out on their own and become fractional HR consultants. So based on our conversations with you as a business owner and what your needs are, we can determine what direction to go. And man, in the 30 plus years that we've been doing this, we've really seen some interesting HR situations out there.
Man, I'll tell you, every time the federal government or a state throws out new regulations or new requirements upon a business, invariably it's going to touch HR. And over the years, the amount of government regulations that have come into the workplace, and let's face it, we live in a litigious society, and you see the advertisements on TV and on the radio, hire me, and uh, Google search is incredible if you're thinking about, man, I'm being mistreated at the workplace or whatever. But look, here's the thing about government regulations and all of this stuff. Cottage industries are created, and in our evolution and being in the PEO business, when we started, there was no discussions about HR. Now you have firms that's all they do is HR. They don't do anything with payroll. They specialize in HR. We have some very, very competent partners that if you want a payroll service, but you need support from an HR perspective, we have some great resources that we can bring to the table at a very nominal expense. The thing I like about outsourcing is when you hire an employee, you're taking on liabilities. But if you outsource, there's really no liabilities. It's not the same package of liabilities that you have if you hire somebody.
Exactly.
So the interesting thing about HR is, yes, it provides a layer of protection for the business owner. It allows the business owner to be proactive versus being reactive. I got a letter in the mail from an attorney. Oh my God, what do I do now? That can still happen, but if you have, everything starts with an employee handbook, right?
Right.
Employee handbook, job descriptions, policies, procedures, get everything in order. Dot your I's, cross your T's. Life will be a whole lot easier.
Well, and the way that you just explained HR right there, it's kind of reactionary, right? And everybody thinks, oh, HR, why do we even have to have this? But take a look at the companies, and especially if your business is going to be growing and you have an employee that is a good key employee, but you don't know exactly how to take them to the next level, by partnering with an HR company to help with succession planning and say, hey, listen, I really want to grow. I need this employee to be trained a little bit more, to be educated, to be able to manage more employees so that I can go off and grow this other division or grow a business over here. So it's not always just I got to have these policies and procedures in place so that my folks, if they do something wrong, I know how to write them up. It's also like, hey, if you do something good, I now know what direction I want to take you, So you got to really look at HR as the best of both worlds, right? It's out there to protect you on this hand, but it's out there to help you advance employees and position your internal staff and your culture for growth.
Yeah, that's a good point. Culture is so important these days. A lot of times the HR professional that you hire, keep in mind too that oftentimes business owners and key people in the business, they're wearing multiple hats. They might be wearing 5 different hats. The challenge with that is you are pulled in a lot of different directions. You become more reactive versus proactive. But from a culture perspective, especially in a tight job market like this,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then protecting the business, that culture thing is really very important. And sometimes business owners take it for granted, or they downplay culture.
Yeah.
But man, you could lose a really good employee simply because things aren't going. But also, there's 4 generations in the workplace, maybe 5 generations
Mm-hmm.
these days. Um, so yeah, HR can be a really important, valuable component of your business.
Absolutely. So, if you want to learn more about human resources and what we can provide you, take a look at the link down below. You can reach us there. Crossroads Consulting, Billy and Jeff. Thank you.